Start it up. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast, where we are all sleep depraved, tired from the day.
We are sleep deprived, but some of us are depraved.
Yes. Thank you for fixing that. Yeah. See, that's exactly what happens with lack of sleep.
Yes.
Lack of oxygen.
We start accusing each other of being depraved.
and lack of intelligence.
I mean, both are correct.
Both are correct. We are sleep deprived and very depraved.
I think I've had a successful 3 hours.
Same.
In the last 24, not including the jet lag timing difference as well.
I'm sitting at 4. I'm sitting at a comfortable 4.
I was so tired today that I went to Pollo Tropical.
That's your first mistake.
Yes. I got lunch. The lady handed me my Powerade, my credit card. I put them down, and I drove off. I made it all the way back to the property and realized I don't have any food.
I've done similar things to that, but I don't know if I was sleep deprived.
Bro, I was so tired that when I got there, I was like, fuck it. I'm not eating lunch today.
I remember I was studying.
We're fasting. That's what we're doing. This was all according to plan.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Back in nursing school, it was like my first or second semester, I forget, but I was studying with my friend Tia, and we got really fucking high.
Yeah.
Like we went over to her house, we smoked up a little bit, and I remember I drove to McDonald's on the way home because it was late. I was like, I want some nuggies. I'm high as fuck, and I drove past the thing you order at.
Yes.
And I must have been going real slow, but I drove around the building to the second window.
Yeah.
And like when I got there, the window is full of employees because they probably thought, what the fuck is going on? And they're all looking at me. It's all these like high school kids, and they're all like looking out the window at me, and I'm looking at them and looking at me, and I went, I didn't order anything, did I? And they looked at me and they all started laughing. They're like, no, bro, you didn't. And they said, it's all good. What do you want? I was like, can I get 20 nuggets with hot sauce?
They're like, this isn't the first time.
They can tell on my fucking face that this guy's, no one's home.
Yeah.
Like, sir, they should have called me a fucking Uber.
Would you like
check
to
the fuck out.
come inside and eat? We'll open the door for
At
you.
a later time, years later in my life, I left that McDonald's a bad review on Google. I did, and it was for a separate reason though.
Yeah.
It was similar to the Denny's review I left.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Yeah. I guess I could read the review on the air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We love reviews. Go for it.
Go ahead, find it.
All right. Yeah. We can do this.
So while you're doing that, I want you guys. I was thinking about this right on my trip. I had made a comment, and it was like serial killer tendencies. Right? What are some signals about a person to something that they do that'd be like, they might be a serial killer, right? So I was like, the first thought that pops in my mind is they park backwards. They back into their spot. Any car that backs into their spot that isn't like an F-350 truck where you have a reason to do so.
I know a serial killer tendency. I just heard one.
What's that?
This girl a friend of mine was talking to a guy on Hinge or Bumble, one of the two fucking dating sites, and he says that like his drink of choice was vodka and soda, like Pepsi, Coke. And I was like, what the fuck? Like no, that is not your fucking drink of choice.
That's definitely
a whiskey and Coke, a rum and Coke, vodka.
Right. A vodka and Coke.
Right. Like most people that drink vodka, like they're mainly health conscious.
Yes.
Vodka and soda is a drink.
Like vodka,
but not
soda,
with Coca-Cola.
lime. A skinny bitch is like vodka, soda, lime. If you order a skinny white bitch, they're going to give you vodka, a little bit of club soda, and lime.
I thought that was your preference of females that you're ordering at the bar.
Not skinny. I like me a curvy white bitch. But anyway. But no, when I heard that, I was like, dude, no, the fuck, it's not your drink of choice.
That's a good one.
You are a murderer.
That's a good one. But would you agree that backs into spot kind of a sign of a serial killer, right?
Depends.
Like,
maybe. Well, they might be planning a getaway quick.
Okay.
They need to leave in a hurry.
Exactly my point.
They might be leaving.
In a hurry.
So criminals of all shapes and
criminals.
sizes.
Okay, all right. Eddie, do you
spot.
have any serial killer tendencies before we get into this review?
The hard stare when they're always talking to you, like that unblinking. Like I'm looking right at you the entire time.
Oh, no,
You're
they're
aware
looking
of
into
it?
your soul.
You're aware of the
like, where it's like
me.
this is too long of a stare.
This
too
is an
long.
awkward stare.
You're not blinking enough. Something is wrong.
Yes.
There's something not developed.
Or maybe they're just into you and they're trying to let you know.
They're trying to let
hey,
you know I'll fucking suck you.
Hey, bro.
So this review was actually a fucking year ago.
Okay.
I didn't. It says a year ago on my Google. That's weird.
That's amazing.
It says, but it was a year ago. It says pulled up to the drive-thru at 11:30 p.m. to this is in quotations, 24-hour McDonald's to get some nuggies after a night out drinking. So I must have been not in the right state of mind because in the first sentence, I have admitted to drinking and driving.
Yes.
I pulled up this 24-hour McDonald's to get some nuggies after a night out drinking, and I spelled it DRANKIN, drinking.
Amazing.
Waited for 10 minutes at the ordering area with no response. Drove around to see all the employees. Oh my fucking God. Drove around to see all the employees just sitting around on their phones. Bunch of worthless shit asses just collecting a paycheck, doing nothing. I cannot wait for AI to take your job. I'm going to Talking Taco in Wellington instead. Open late and great food and service. And then immediately, literally immediately after, there is a review for Talking Tacos. Literally 20 minutes after, there's a review posted. Jesse was very helpful and informative with choosing an option and with information about the food. The birria, ramen, and street corn were 10 out of 10. We'll be back. What the fuck?
That's fucking
Those
great.
reviews were left 20 minutes apart.
That's
I
amazing.
literally did not lie in my other review. I
Right.
went straight to Talking Tacos.
That's fucking amazing.
I must have been drinking because I admitted to drinking.
Yeah, that's a good
shouldn't do
sign.
that.
And when you refer to drinking as
Drankin'?
drankin',
Yeah. And chicken nuggets has nuggies.
oh man,
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
That
That's
but
great.
which is messed up because the people were nice to me a couple years prior
Yeah.
when I was really high.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
But then they were lazy as fuck later.
Yes.
Like it says 24-hour. There's people in there. I'm
Yes.
circling the building. There's lights on. There's people in there getting paid. I can see them.
Yeah,
And you know the late night people want their fucking food.
Yeah.
If
Bro.
I'm showing up at 2 a.m.
I wasn't the only one.
I am fucking hungry,
People
bro.
were pulling up and driving off, and I'm going, "What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?"
But that's an
I
easy
know they're
ticket.
getting paid. They're on the clock.
Yeah, that's an easy ticket for a cop. Just park outside in front of a 24-hour McDonald's.
Or Taco
Got
Bell.
him.
Or Taco Bell.
Got him. Yep.
You're gonna get everybody. At Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, but see, if you
I've,
arrest,
I've not been able to speak English in order to talk about.
if you're if you're a cop and you arrest somebody at Taco Bell, you're risking puking and shitting in the back of your car. So they're probably thinking it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not
Technically,
worth it at all.
any cop that hides outside of a bar or anything like they're spawn camping.
Yes. Yeah, they are.
At least get them in the open road.
That's not fair. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
You know,
Like,
what's
that's true.
happening.
Right. Get
It's
them
not-
in the open road.
We all know a game is being
Right.
played here.
It's not very
Right.
sportsmanlike.
If you
is what
sit in
you're
the
saying.
parking lot,
Yes.
if you sit in the parking lot directly across from a bar at
Yeah.
1 in the morning, you're
Yes.
a bad cop.
Yeah, it's like
You're a
the,
bad
Yes.
the Star Wars
Give 'em a
attack
chance.
when you turn the lightsaber off then back on.
Yeah.
The Jedi think it's an evil maneuver, so they won't do it. And
Right.
then the Sith think it's too cowardly a maneuver to
Yes.
do, so they don't do it.
You know what? That's a good way of stopping that maneuver.
Well, listen, if they can pull out 3 sheets of the fucking wind and they can close one eye and they can stay inside the lines and get home, let them go.
Yeah,
let them
I
fucking
agree.
go.
I agree.
He functioned in chaos properly.
yes.
I'm just saying.
If they can sing the
Now, if you
national
ca-
anthem from beginning to end, you let that
Now, if
person
you
go.
catch them on Southern Boulevard or 441 and they're crossing the line, fair game.
Fair game.
Fair game. You fucked
agree.
up. You played the game. You
You
lost.
did- yes,
Yep.
I agree.
Now you
I
got to
agree.
run.
I agree.
Now you got to run. Take as many people
Now,
as you can.
if you pull them over and they have empty White Claw cans and they're drunk, you arrest that motherfucker.
Are they a grown man?
Yes,
Are they a grown
yes.
man
If
with
they're
White Claw?
Also, a
Shoot him.
serial killer
Death.
tendency.
Death.
If you're getting drunk on White Claws,
Yes. At night?
you are
You're
a
driving
serial
around
killer.
drinking White Claws in your car? That's evidence of murder. There's a body in the trunk.
That's absolutely evidence of murder.
Officer, you should fire.
There's,
Yes.
there's a hit and run that hasn't been reported
Yes.
yet.
Yes,
The,
I
the
agree.
only thing to do is to shoot through the window.
I agree.
And kill the guy immediately.
I think another serial killer tendency is someone that can fall asleep watching unsolved murder mysteries.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I can fall asleep on anything.
it's like this is your go to bed music.
Yeah, yes.
Unsolved murders,
Unsolved
homicides.
murder mysteries.
Bro, I fell asleep close to the end of Thunderbolts. Like, listen, bro, I can fall asleep on anything. The movie can be decent, and I'm
Okay,
falling-
but that's it's action comedy. I'm talking like the Bundy Files. You know what I mean? Like,
sometimes that's relaxing, you know? Like, you're just...
what is relaxing about this? We're finding out 1 out of 3 people is a serial killer.
I know a lot about serial killers. I used to watch a lot of fucking documentaries.
I am sure.
I can tell you about Dahmer and Gacy and all them guys, man. Like, it's, it's fucking fascinating, you know?
Okay, what is the one thing that sticks out to you then that is like a trait of someone being a serial killer?
I think the number one thing that, like, it's weird to me is, like, the one thing about serial killers is just they're not having an aversion to kill. Like, they just have a filter. Like, how many times are we driving in traffic and a guy cuts you off or a guy flicks you off or a guy says something and in your head, you kill him. Right. In your head, you kill that guy.
Yeah.
I can visualize taking him out of the car and stomping on his head till he no longer is a functional living creature.
Right.
But we don't do it.
But you don't.
We don't do it.
You don't act on it.
No. Right. These guys are out and about, and they see a young girl or a guy or whatever, and they go, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
And then they do it.
And then they do it. They don't think, oh, I got a job. Oh, I'm a functioning adult. Oh, what about the person's family? No. They have the urge to kill, and something in their brain says, yeah, fucking do that.
The part in reasoning and self-control just goes, why not?
And that amazes me. Because they continuously do it. They make a habit of this. They are a serial killer. It's
But there are people that do have those tendencies and use them, I guess, in a force for good, right? These are people that join like law enforcement,
the lack of
military.
emotion, but they don't act on the killing of people.
But
they become like a sociopath.
Do you think it's the same switch that allows a person to be like a doctor, right? And just hear me out for a second. Like they have to open up body parts and get in there and be able to deal with that because not everybody can, right?
Also, there's in surgery sometimes you try to help someone and you don't. They die, and you can't cry on the floor.
Take every patient home with you.
No,
right?
You will fall apart.
Yeah.
So
there is a fine line.
My cousin married a doctor who's an orthopedic surgeon, Matt Ray, great guy. But when he graduated and got his white coat, the guy that was running the medical program told them all. He called them all into all the graduating class. He called them all into a group, and he said, every single person here, every one of you, is going to kill someone. You are not going to try to. You are going to have the best intentions, and you are going to try to save that person's life. But statistically, every one of you here is going to kill someone.
There's going to be a slip up. There's going to be an accident.
He said
there's going to be something unforeseen that the scan didn't show, and that person is going to die because you started.
Yep. And he said that is why they call it practicing medicine. He said if you cannot deal with that, he said take your jacket off.
Yeah. Well,
and nobody took the jacket off, so it's like, all right,
no matter how civilized a society gets, right? At the end of the day, we're still kind of primates. We're animals, right,
bro?
And we
drive through Lake Worth.
And we ain't
that goddamn far, bro. There's some wild shit going on out there.
But there was something to it, right? Genetically, like we have fought in wars and done horrendous things. Like as a people throughout
72 hours with no food and water, people will start doing some desperate shit.
Yeah. If society fell, dude, we would revert within a week.
Yes.
We would revert within a week. If the government collapsed in the United States, bro.
Yes. By the way,
Broward County, fucking Miami, bro, it's gonna be a war zone.
By the way, if that ever happens, we're gonna form a cult.
We're gonna
gather the right people.
If that ever happens, I am going to Montana. I'm gonna hold up in Sierra's parents' house, and I'm gonna hold that hill, brother, because they gotta go. They gotta fight uphill like this to get to that bitch. Through grizzlies and shit. All right, have fun.
I'm just saying, we start a compound, right?
I'll see you guys at Flathead Lake.
We gather the right people.
The air's clean.
Gators,
Bring your family.
Yep. There was a scene in The Last of Us where
it's gonna be weird when we all start having sex with each other. That's gonna be weird.
I mean, that's gonna be like day 2.
Oh, bro,
right?
I was saying,
day
if it's just you guys there, I'm taking you one of you down to the first month. I'm sorry.
Be like, it's a Diddy party.
Listen, it's the apocalypse, man. I ain't going to jail for nothing I do.
It'll be like that movie. What's that movie? Where Hermione has an axe.
This is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah.
They talk about raping Hermione, and she takes all their food.
He's like,
Hermione Granger just took our shit.
Who's jizzing on the magazines?
Yeah. They're all stuck together. They're all stuck. Bro, the exorcism of Jonah Hill is one of the funniest fucking scenes ever.
Oh my God.
It's one. Yeah. The power of Christ compels you. Oh, does it?
Oh, does it? Yeah.
Is that what it's doing? It's compelling me.
Oh my God.
So good.
What's his name? The guy that played Gambit.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum on a leash.
Yeah. He's got fuck this guy in the ass.
For Danny McBride.
He drags him out in a chain.
Danny McBride is amazing.
Yeah.
Danny
He's like,
McBride,
I love him. He's holding his leg. He's like, I love him.
To me, he's so underrated. He has some of the most funniest shit
He's a comedic genius.
ever. Eastbound and Down is like
Righteous
a comedic
Gemstones. He's
masterpiece.
Great.
Vice Principals.
Yeah.
Have you seen Vice Principals?
No.
Eastbound and Down? Bro,
he's funny. He's a funny guy.
Start with Eastbound and Down, and you'll be sold for anything else.
I love them ever since Tropic Thunder.
I still haven't seen Tropic Thunder.
You need to watch Tropic Thunder.
I need to watch it.
It's one of the greatest comedies of all time.
I definitely need to
go back and watch it. One of the greatest comedies
all
of all time. And even that one stupid stunt movie, Hot Rod.
Yes.
Danny McBride's in that.
Yes, he is.
He
yes,
beats he beats the fuck out of that guy. Comes out because he wrecks into his garbage cans. He's like, I've been drinking Mountain Dew all goddamn day. He's like, you think you're gonna get the demons out of me? He starts beating the fuck out of this guy. I'm like, holy shit! Like,
He's fucking great. He's fucking great. Yeah,
dumps trash all over the dude. Trash. God, that's a good movie.
So I back to the scene about The Last of Us that we were talking about, like holding up in Montana.
Yes.
The one scene where they're all breaking into the town, right?
Yeah, the siege of something Springs.
45 minutes in, then they let the dogs out. Like, bro, I would have started with let the dogs out first, right? Like,
My thing is what the fuck? Like, what are the dogs gonna do?
the dogs were fucking at least slowing them down.
I guess it's more
Right? Like,
bodies,
if you let the dogs out and you're shooting,
but you
like,
don't want the dog to get infected.
I mean,
That's pretty scary.
if it's you or the animal, I mean, that sucks. But
No, I mean, like, I don't want to get infected and coming after my ass. I mean, do you remember the scariest part of Resident Evil? It was the dogs, dude.
Yeah, this is true.
The zombie's shambling at you. The fucking
Yeah,
dog is
yeah.
sprinting full speed at you.
The only, like, there were a couple of things that I'm like, he has a flamethrower on that one beast.
Dude, it kept coming. I was
and
like,
it
that's
kept
horrifying.
Fucking coming.
He's
like,
burning it. It's running at him. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, that shit
That's
was wild.
bad time.
Yeah. Actually, this season, for all its faults, and I don't know whether I'm going to watch it going forward just because of all the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
But it had some interesting shit in it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the fungus like was molding us and then using our respiratory system
Yeah.
to get airborne spores. Like now it's infecting people in the air and it's doing it by melding us into the wall, keeping the body of the human alive, and then every time the person goes,
Breathe them more out.
spores. It's
fucking
using
sick.
us as an incubation
Yeah.
thing. I was like, that is dark.
Yeah.
That is some darkness.
They were just getting more intelligent with their delivery system to spread disease.
That's
they
what
were
that's what
evolving
fungus
quickly.
does.
That's
Yep.
what diseases do.
Fungus
Yeah.
evolves.
But
It's gonna happen.
I do agree because I went back and I watched after you said, this 45-pound girl's beating the shit out of this, like,
Bro, she
super
omoplatas
fit.
him.
Yeah.
She if Bella Ramsey tries to omoplata me, I'm fucking slamming her on
Yeah.
her head.
And-
0 times out of 100 does
Yeah.
she submit me.
He
Get
was
the
like
fuck out of here.
3 times her size.
Yes.
Fit. He punched her in the face, right? And she's bleeding out her nose, and she's like,
The fight ends right there. He
Done.
punches her in the face.
he said,
Bella wakes up tomorrow.
He said, I held my punch back. She's like, don't you ever do that again. I'm
But
like,
maybe not.
He's like,
you see the way
he
she's
would have
built?
killed you.
You see the way she built? She might be able to take a punch, bro.
He would have murdered you with
I don't
the
know
punch.
though. She got that.
Not go to
she got
sleep,
She got that
dead.
Kevin James head.
She got
She's
that cabbage head.
Yeah, bro. She got that Mr. Potato head.
She would have died.
She might be able to take a punch. She might be able to take a punch.
She cannot take that punch.
I don't know, dude. Look at her chin. That head ain't moving. What if you crack her with everything you got and she just looks back at you?
Yeah, she is so annoying when they, spoiler alert, murdered the main character of the show.
It shouldn't be a spoiler alert. If you fucking know anything about The Last of Us, by the way, game came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Joel dies.
Joel dies.
He dies.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It was hard to keep going. He's the heart and soul of
and
the
then
show.
he comes back in an episode later, and you're reminded of how great he is.
Yes, yeah.
That episode was the best episode.
Yeah.
Where he was like the whole oh man,
Yeah.
oh, it got me emotional.
Yeah.
That actually saved it. I wouldn't have watched it if that episode wasn't so good.
Sure.
So I finished it because I was like, God damn it, fine, Pedro, I owe you
But
this.
you started. They also said going into season 3, they're going to focus on the other
Abby.
character. Yes.
Who
So,
I like more than Ellie. So
yeah.
the least favorite thing about the show is Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah. I would say a really good salvaging scene would be season 3, episode 1, murder her.
Just kill Ellie.
Like right in the beginning. And that could be
That's
like
how
your trailer.
Well, spoiler
Want to
alert.
see Ellie die? That's all I need to see in writing.
Spoiler alert.
I'm in.
Spoiler alert. That's maybe how they ended the second season. But anyone that plays the game knows that's not what happened.
Yeah. But that would be a great way to
I
start.
just can't believe they put that sex scene in. I'm like, oh, she started kissing her and fingering her. I'm like, oh my God.
yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, she's an
This
ugly.
is borderline gumping.
She's an ugly.
And for people that don't know, gumping is when you take advantage of someone with special needs. So there you go. I was like, I don't want to watch this gumping.
You learned something. That's going to be the name of the episode.
Gumping?
Gumping.
I also used another term I just heard in the beginning of the episode, chomo, which is apparently slang for child molester.
Wow. We won't be using that one in the.
No.
That's a great word.
That's not.
I ain't hanging out with him. He's a chomo.
No, Jesus Christ.
It sounds great.
Well,
It's an abbreviation for child molester.
Chomo. Yeah, thanks.
Chomo.
Yeah, if you need an abbreviation
Someone
for the word.
Someone who takes
Hold on.
advantage of special girls is a gumper.
Hear me out. If you need an abbreviation for that kind of a word,
It's what the kids are saying,
you're
bro.
hanging out with the wrong people.
It's what the kids are saying, bro.
That's not what they're saying.
Are you crashing out right now? Are you crashing out?
What they're saying
Bro, he's
is
crashing out.
they need to go to jail or call the cops. You know what I mean?
Well, you should call the cop on a chomo. You should.
I agree.
But at least you have a name to call him. Officer, we have a chomo out here. Can you come pick him up?
So
He's straight gumping.
your new slang pickup is really good, man.
good? Okay,
Also, you
thank
need
you.
some new friends.
None of them are chomos, I promise.
None of the okay,
or
good.
gumpers. I don't hang out with
Okay,
any of those
good.
people.
As you shouldn't. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're a chomo or a gumper, you are not welcome here on the Sofa Kingdom podcast.
So anyway, the other day I was reading about some Star Wars news. It's actually pretty hilarious. Completely switching gears from Chomo.
Star Wars is still a thing?
Star Wars is still a thing. So
Speaking of famous chomos,
Christ.
Padme Amidala, episode 1.
yeah.
She's staring at Anakin when he's like, what, 10?
She's like, I'm gonna hit that.
I'm gonna fuck him. They're making eye contact with each other, and one's
yeah.
like 17, one's 10, and she going, I'm gonna hit that. It's like, bro, he is a child. Chomo.
Jesus Christ.
Padme Amidala.
We
Classic
don't need to
Chomo.
keep bringing it back to
Okay,
Chomo.
fine. What's new in the world of Star Wars? I forgot Star Wars was a thing.
I don't.
What you don't know?
I have nothing for you.
Come on. What's new? What's new in the world of Star Wars?
I fucking quit.
What did Disney
Well,
fucking
okay.
regurgitate this week?
So they asked Mark Hamill, as we all know, is Luke Skywalker,
Yep,
Even
I
he-
saw this.
and they said, "Will you be returning?" And he said, "I will not be returning as a naked Force ghost anytime soon in any of the new movies that are coming out." So he's
you
like,
go.
he politely declined.
Yeah.
He is done with
So
the
when
franchise.
literally like the
face.
all father
Yep.
of Star Wars says no, thank you. I
I'm
do not
done.
want to take part
His
in this.
contract is done, and so I think it's like I don't need to.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I
doesn't
don't,
need
I
to
don't think he's.
partake
I don't think he's
anymore.
happy with the direction
No,
it's
he
going. I
wa-
don't think
he-
anybody
and-
is.
No.
And he was one of the people that throughout the whole thing was criticizing it and
Yeah.
was talking about it, and he was a big enough character in it that for the most part, he got away with being able to do that.
Yeah.
Because he's Luke.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
so
when-
was
he
so
was-
was George Lucas.
Right, but he was there for the magic. Like Mark was there when they were filming it. Like when it
Yeah.
was George and Han and everybody was shooting it and creating this great
Yeah.
epic thing that was going to stand the test of time. And now he sees what it's become, and he's like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
what
have
are
you
we
ever
doing?
watched like the behind the scenes on like how they created Star Wars?
I've seen some stuff.
It's actually very interesting. They have a whole documentary series.
I used to
on
watch
Disney
like when
Plus.
how they did like the animatronics, like the models, like when they did the in Empire Strikes Back, the four-legged big Empire things on the snow planet.
Yes.
It was cool to see how they did all that. How
Yeah.
they did the Rancor in Return of the
Yeah.
Jedi, and it was great. At the time, those were excellent films.
Yeah.
And, you know,
they were
it's a shame.
innovating how movies were being done. Like they really just hired a bunch of people that were really into making shit and
Yeah.
artistic. And
Well, it was a low budget thing at the time. Let's start the first one at least.
it really, really was.
Yeah.
And even a bunch of the crew were like, what's happening? Until like it all got put together because they were making stuff for the set
George
in
just
one
made
place
shit.
and
Like-
then recording over here. So they're not even seeing half of the shit
Yep.
that's happening as they're doing. But he had this singular vision
Yeah.
of what he wanted to put
Well,
out
well,
there.
George knew what he liked, and he just wanted to tell a fucking story.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
Yep.
He literally said, he's like, I like samurais, and I like space.
Yep.
Those things don't go together, but you know what? Fuck it.
Yep.
Let's do
We're
it.
going to have space samurais, and the Jedi were born.
Yeah, no, and they did a fantastic job.
They did.
With it, and like they just followed one man's vision, who was kind of crazy enough to be like, "This is what we're doing." And he didn't even want to go with industry people in the beginning because he was like, they are going to come into this with a certain demeanor where they're not going to believe that they can do it.
And they're going to
Yeah.
tell you what people want to see.
Yes.
And you're going to change your vision, and then it's going to be bastardized, and it probably won't do as well.
Yep.
If he'd have listened to those people, Star Wars wouldn't be a thing today.
One of the silliest funny facts that I found in the documentary is that when they were putting these models together, like crazy glue wasn't a thing. It was construction grade glue.
Oh.
So another guy from another field was like, they're putting all these models together and it takes hours to like put them together. And he's just like, swipe, boom, put it in place. And they're like, what are you using? They're like, he's like, here's this crazy invention, crazy glue. and it really helped speed up production for the parts and in the movie.
Seconds versus hours to dry.
Yeah.
I think it says something like even like the next 3 movies that came out, like the episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
When they released Revenge of the Sith, the famous sword fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin at the end, it did so well in the theaters. Like I think it did as good as some of the recent Star Wars shit that they. And it's a shame.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, people are watching this and going, "This is what Star Wars used to be."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even because it wasn't super well received. Like it was well received, but it wasn't like the originals.
Yeah.
No.
But the last 3 were so much more of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did have some good ones. Like Solo wasn't bad. It was
bad.
a good movie.
The Last Jedi was not good.
The other one that they did, where they stole the plans to destroy the Death Star,
Yes.
Rogue
One.
One.
Rogue One.
That was a good movie. It was
was.
solid.
Well, that was
It
they had a script from beginning to end that was done.
Yeah.
With the last 3 trilogy, they didn't have a storyline from the beginning to the end of the third. They
Yeah.
literally winged it the whole way
Well,
through.
The Force Awakens,
with
they recycled
different
those.
directors, different writers, and not a singular vision of what is actually supposed to happen. And then, surprise, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing that we did see while we were out was Karate Kid.
Yep.
What I will say is I liked it. Like I thought it was a solid movie.
If you're going to watch Karate Kid, congratulations, it's Karate Kid.
Yes,
You're getting exactly what you're there for.
they did
Karate
it.
and kids.
They
Yes.
did it for a new
Suspicious.
generation, right? So they updated it a bit, but you still had the classics. Jackie Chan was in there. Ralph Macchio was in there. And they did it almost like the fight scenes were almost like video game-esque. There was like points, like, he's punching him in the chest. You could see like a 1, a KO.
Karate point
like,
fighting.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like it was an hour and a half. It wasn't too long. It was funny.
Sweep
there
the
was
leg.
action. And it was Karate Kid.
Yes.
Just the way you remembered it, told as a good story. You could go in, watch a good movie, have a laugh, watch a little karate, and walk
it's
away.
a relaxing family movie.
Remember
Yeah.
the 3 Ninjas?
Yeah, 3 Ninjas, man.
kick
That
back.
shit-
That was
yeah,
good.
fucking yeah. I love the fucking
My grandfather
3
beat
Ninjas.
my ass because after I watched that movie, me and my cousin Roman ran around his yard and broke all his little white fences with these plastic samurai swords. And he knew exactly why we did it. Like,
Yeah.
he knew we were watching the 3 Ninjas
Yeah,
at my
yeah.
aunt's house, and he fucking whooped my ass.
He's
My
like,
grandpa
I give,
whooped my ass.
I give you 3 Ninjas right
Bro,
here.
he beat my ass with a willow branch. That's like a whip. They can't beat kids like that anymore. Dude, I was trying to run, and he would let me get a little farther ahead so he could.
Grandpa broke the switch out.
Oh,
on you.
Yeah,
he
what,
beat
what
my
were
ass.
was that what they were called in New York? Switches, those
Yeah.
little vines. We used to play freeze tag with those and chase each other around.
Oh, yeah?
like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
The
Fuck
willow
each other
branches,
up.
yeah.
Fuck
You,
each
you
other
break
up,
it off
bro.
the tree, and then you take the leaves off, and then you just whip the fuck. Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He beat the fuck out of me with that. I still remember, dude. Years later, I was like 7. I still remember this beating. 31 years ago. Rest in peace, Pop. I remember that beating. That was, a legendary
I was gonna
beating.
say, are you like gonna walk into like the nursing home one day and be like, "Hey, you remember me?"
Oh no, you don't.
Switches.
No, I'll have to wait till the afterlife to get
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm getting him back. Don't worry. If there's willows in heaven.
He's on your list.
I'm whipping
He's on
that
your
ass.
list. Yes, that's Happy Gilmore, right? The guy with the lipstick. He has the list. Of
Yes.
the
No,
people.
no,
No, no,
that's
oh.
fucking Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
And it's Steve Buscemi. It's
Yeah.
fucking so great. Boy, am I glad I called that guy.
Another thing that I heard about movie news that is actually kind of dope, and I think you're the one who told me, was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He's doing Constantine too,
They've been
Good.
working on a Constantine too.
and he's been rejecting scripts. Though.
It's a good movie.
He's
Yeah.
like, no. He's like, I don't want to build a Marvel universe. I want to make a second movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Constantine.
We already have the first. Just build off that.
Yeah,
And-
and it's a solid movie. If you watch the Constantine
Oh,
movie, it's
dude.
solid.
Yeah,
it's
it
solid.
is.
It's
There
a
was-
shame it wasn't a bigger hit.
There was a Constantine show that was on for 2 seasons. One, maybe 2 seasons. It was fantastic.
Right.
But then they took it and they moved Constantine to the WB, and then
Yeah.
the character just fell apart, and he
Yeah.
became
They didn't-
complete
They made him gay?
shit. Like the
They
show,
didn't-
yes,
they didn't hold up
actually-
with it.
They actually did.
WB, dabba dabba WB.
Bye, actually.
Yeah.
But no, when he was over on the other network, the show was dark, wasn't funny. It was like supernatural. It was fucking good.
Yeah.
Every episode, he's going after demons, hunting them, fighting. It was great. but it didn't take off there. But then it went away, and there was a show called Legends
Yeah.
on the WB.
Legends of yeah.
And then they brought him in a later season, and I was excited. I was like, cool, because the show was kind of getting a little corny
But
at
they
the
kind
time.
of brought him in as like almost like comic relief s.
Yes. So here's the guy who's exercising demons in one show, and over here he's like, you know, I'm bi, and I'm also comedic relief for the show. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
He had to come out.
Constantine.
He had to come out and say that. I'm
Basically,
bi.
basically, that's every episode.
I like girls, but
he
I
had,
also
he
like
had
guys.
to, he had to start. He had to start it like he's hitting on her, and then she walks away, and he's hitting on him, and he's like, "Let's go kill a demon or a unicorn. I don't know, whichever comes first."
Or I could just suck some dick, whatever, whatever the network wants me to do. It's like, oh, I'm really glad that we fucking let. Don't you do it? Don't you fucking do it?
It was they were trying to do the Jack Harkness, but it just never worked as well. He
Right.
was the first character that did that on Doctor Who, and he did it rather charismatically.
So they tried to just
It was
copy that.
Yeah, and it didn't work as well.
Well, you just can't make the character all about it. You know?
No. And here's
You can make a character gay as fuck. Just don't make that.
And here's
him.
the thing, like
Is-
Constantine is deeply rooted in demonic shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like he is going after the deep dark uglies, and you put him on like a kid-friendly TV show that's bubbly, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It just was not a good fit.
Legends was kind of like the comedy show of the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that much levity, it didn't work for his character.
And it just seemed like the first 2 seasons were really good, and then it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
And it was like Kathleen Kennedy has entered the building
When I think demon hunting, I think gay sex.
with unicorns.
Oh, good times.
Oh yeah.